Hello, today I'm excited to bring you to one of my favorite comic shops in the Buffalo area, Gutter Pop Comics. This place is predominantly a dollar bin shop. As you can see, all of these boxes in the middle are full of dollar books, unless if they are priced, and not much is priced, not much over $5. Very nice if you're looking to fill some runs or find some small keys. There's definitely a little bit of hidden gold in some of those boxes. You'll always find a lot of new stuff, some fairly recent stuff, like some Dawn of DC even. So if you missed out on anything, or if you're looking to fill runs, I mean, right here I found pretty full run of Batman Eternal. There's like 30 some issues there that I found. Nice to find full runs in these bins, and it's a great shop if you have kids so they can just come in and pick out some dollar books. It's a very friendly shop, very chill atmosphere. Have some very interesting things in their dollar bins, some stuff that you don't always see every day, which is nice. Little run of Gotham Central right there. Someone's looking to pick up that run. adding new stuff to these dollar bins. I've gone through them quite a few times, so I've definitely picked out a lot of the stuff I want. Whenever they put out some new stuff, I always wind up finding some really cool things, and you'll see they had some boxes that I found with some really, really nice stuff. That's the majority of what I picked up. I don't really know Marvel books that well, but I wanted to show a little bit of what they had. It's definitely a lot. These Marvel boxes were packed. They probably have something there that you're looking for. Now these boxes down here, these were under the Marvel, and they had some really nice stuff, some very minty, modern stuff, like New 52 up until current, so I definitely found quite a few things that caught my eye in there. Some really nice recent Batman covers that I didn't have. Some of those horror deceased covers, those are pretty cool. Nice little run of Doomsday Clock, not the full run, they had like 4 or 5 issues. And I was very excited to find some of these Lee Bermejo Detective Comics covers. I have a few of them already, so I was happy to find a little run that I didn't have yet. Have these boxes of graphic novels 50% off, and there are always some pretty nice things in here. I wound up finding that the recent Dawn of DC Penguin, it was a little bit dinged up, so they had it in the box 50% off. I've been meaning to read that, so I figured I'd check it out. Why not? I'd flip a little bit through the indie, show a little bit of everything. They definitely have some good stuff. They also have some boxes with some silver and Bronze Age stuff. A lot of it's in pretty rough shape, so they only have it for $5, but for me, that's always nice to find a good bargain. I've found quite a few cool things in here. Actually found a really cool Superman Neil Adams cover the other day in here that I'll show at the end. A nice selection of trade paperbacks and hardcovers, as well as some absolutes and omnibus. I would like to give a big thank you to Gutter Pop for just being an all-around awesome shop and for letting me film in there and get some awesome footage. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. They are predominantly a dollar bin shop, as you can see, and if you've seen any of my videos talking about some of my dollar bin finds, most of them have been from there. They have some of the best stuff in their dollar bins, a lot of really recent stuff. So I'm not going to waste any time. We're just going to get right into it and I'll show you what I picked up. I found a lot of really cool stuff in the dollar bins as well as some other really awesome stuff that I will show as well. So first off, we got this 3-issue mini-series here, Arkham Reborn. Some very cool, creepy artwork there. And something I haven't read yet, so I'm very excited to check that out. Always nice to find mini-series in a dollar bin. Nice to just find it all in one go. Next up, I found Batman 381. It's a very cool cover there, one that I did not have and need for the collection. And then continuing with the trend, we have a Detective Comics 548. I'm always excited to find filler Batman issues in the dollar bin. We have the Spectre Annual #1. Looks like a Doug Monick. And we got Spectre and Deadman right there. I'm not sure who did this cover. If anyone knows, write down in the comment section. But it's very cool. I always like picking up annuals. So let's see how that one is. Another very, very cool book that I had not seen before. We have Lobo 42. These later issues of Lobo can be kind of harder to find, and this is a very nice cover. The Dance of Death, you got Lobo there looking quite dapper. Very nice. We have another annual. This is one I hadn't seen before. It's a Dark Knight's Metal tie-in. And it's the Curse of Brimstone Annual 1. And I mainly picked this up because it has a cool Swamp Thing and Constantine crossover in there. So I'm excited to check that out and give it a read. Might be something cool. I always like those little under-the-radar stories, kind of like that. And then we have All-Star Superman Special Edition #1. This looks like it was a free comic maybe put out to help promote Man of Steel in like 2013. I don't really know anything about that, but I like this cover a lot. I still need to read All-Star Superman. We do have a trade of it, so I'll definitely have to check that out. But it's very nice. Frank Quietly image. He does a really, really nice Superman. Very wholesome. So very nice. And then continuing... these ones right here, these were all from a box of very, very recent stuff that wasn't in with the rest of the dollar bins, and it was all like very, very mint and very, very nice stuff. Very different stuff that you don't always see in the dollar bins. So next up from that same box, we have Superman Unchained #1. Such a sick Jim Lee cover right there. Scott Snyder from the New 52 era. I do have a hardcover of this, a deluxe hardcover that I actually got at Ollie's quite a few years back. I haven't read it yet, but man, that is just such a dope cover, so I'm happy to have that to add to the collection. Very minty looking copy there. These next two books kind of go together. They're very recent Batman books from the Tom King run, and they're just some very, very awesome covers that I was happy to add to the collection. So we have Batman #69. I love that cover with Batman and Catwoman right there. Love the use of yellow with the bats. Very, very nice. A dark reunion. So following the wedding that didn't happen. And then we have Batman #70, very, very awesome cover. Batman's Rogues Gallery while he's kind of stuck in bondage there. Love that. It's a very, very sick cover. So I'm happy to have nice little 2-issue set there. Go very nice together. And then the last 3 books I got from the dollar bins were also from that same box of very nice recent stuff. It was actually a very nice set of some Lieber Mayho Detective Comics covers, and I've actually started collecting some of those. I have a nice little run of them, so it'll be nice to add these. It was nice to find some I didn't already have. So we have Detective Comics 1035. That one's very, very nice. And then Detective Comics 1036. And lastly, 37. So, very cool to have all of these in a run together. To add to my Batman Bermejo collection. Such a detailed artist. I love his work. I wish he did more covers. So of course I did get some other stuff. While they are primarily a dollar bin shop, they have a great variety, as you saw. I grabbed one book from the recent releases. This is one that I missed out on, so I was happy to see that they still had a copy of it. It was not the greatest shape. There was a little bit on the back, probably could be pressed out, but it was All In Special #1 from DC. This was the tie-in to the Absolute Universe, and this is the first appearance of all the Absolute characters, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. I'm loving the Absolute Universe so far, so very nice to have this key book right here. I'm very excited to see how it ties in with those stories. Next up, I got one trade paperback from their 50% off boxes. They had graphic novels, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, and some of them were in some boxes for half off. This one had a little bit of dingage on it, so it was in there despite being a very recent 2024 release. This is The Penguin, and this is volume 1 of the Dawn of DC Penguin that just came out by Tom King. I've been meaning to read this. I did not pick it up while it was coming out, so very nice to be able to check out. I think this is issues 1 through 7 and Penguin Special #0. So yeah, very excited to be able to check that out. My last book from that trip that you just saw was this copy of Action Comics 383 Silver Age. Very goofy looking cover there, but I just absolutely love these Silver Age books, so I'm always happy when I can pick one up for a good price. And I actually did get a couple more books from those Silver Bronze Age boxes the other day. So, little funny story, I actually went in there on Thursday because I wanted to pick up a couple things, and I just figured while I was there, maybe I would do a little bit of filming. So I went in and I asked, would it be okay if I filmed? And they were actually in the middle of moving some stuff around, so it genuinely wasn't a good time. So I was like, all right, no problem, and we agreed that I'd come back over the weekend, so I went back that Saturday, but while I was there on Thursday, I picked up some stuff, so I figured I'd show you that today. So first things first, I didn't bag and board these yet, but I picked up a copy of Absolute Batman #2. I'm very excited to read this. I loved Absolute Batman #1, and I've just been anxiously awaiting this, so I'm very, very excited. I'll probably read that very, very soon. And then next up, we have Batman Uncovered #1. I just picked this up because it was a really cool Jorge Jimenez cover, and I figured it was just kind of like a Batman one-shot, and it kind of is. It's mainly just like a collection of covers, but there is actually a little bit of a cute story of the Robins just kind of poking fun at their dad, and so it's cute. It's fun. So I'm glad I have it. Glad I checked it out. But the main thing I was excited about that day was a cool Silver and Bronze Age book that I picked up from them. So the first book, this is actually in a lot rougher shape than when I first noticed it. And when he was ringing me out, he actually noticed that, yeah, these are kind of rough, so he gave me them for half price, 2 for 1. So that kind of made up for it. I don't really care that much, you know me, as long as a book, presents okay, I can read it. But this one right here, World's Finest 148, it's a very cool, goofy cover, so I'm happy to have it, but you might be able to see that somebody actually stapled the book. Like, the cover came off and they just straight up stapled the book. So I don't necessarily like that. Honestly, I would rather just have the cover detached, so I might see if I can remove those staples without like ruining the book. But we'll see about that. Either way, I'm just happy to have this goofy cover. If I ever find this for a good price again, it might be one I upgrade. I normally don't care about that too much, but in that situation, maybe. But it's very cool. Got it for $2.50, so I can't complain. Silver Age, World's Finest for $2.50. And lastly, this one I was super excited to find, so the fact that I got it discounted is even better. This is Superman number 250, and it's an awesome Neil Adams cover. That is just badass. I love that. And yeah, it's in rough shape. It's definitely yellowed, but hey, it was cheap, and Neil Adams, the actual front cover, the art still looks nice. It presents okay, so I'm super happy to have it. Neil Adams for $2.50. Heck yeah. So that's why I love Gutter Pop. I mean, you never know what you're gonna find there. No matter what you're looking for, you'll probably be able to find something there. I tried to get a good variety, but I don't really know a lot of the Marvel books, especially the smaller keys like that. Thank you again to Gutter Pop for being a great shop and giving me a dope video to make, and always giving me great deals on everything. Thank you for checking this out. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you're ever in the area, definitely go give them some support, dig through some dollar bins. I think you'll like what you find.